Good Sunday evening, everyone. I'm Fletcher Mackel here at the Saints facility in Metairie. A few years ago, star quarterback Drew Brees famously told the media that he envisions playing in the NFL until he's 45 years old. Brees is 39. He'll be 40 in January. He has since walked that statement back a little bit, saying he's simply taking his NFL career year by year. Well, on Sunday afternoon, he gave us a bit of insight into why he believes he's capable of playing professional sports at the highest level into his 40s. It's because growing up in Texas, one of his heroes did just that.
I've spoken with Nolan Ryan. I was a big fan of his growing up. I mean, he's a legend, especially for a kid growing up in Texas. I feel like I know his career pretty well from Alvin, Texas. Played until he was 47 years old, threw his last fastball 95 miles an hour at age 47. He didn't stop pitching because he couldn't still throw strikes and get people out. He stopped pitching because it became more and more difficult to turn around every 5 days, and pitch like those guys are required to do in a starting rotation. So you look at his career and look at the way that he trained and the things that he did to, prepare himself to play with the longevity that he played with and at the level that he was able to play at. And I think there's just a lot of things about his psyche and his mentality and his toughness, both physical and mental, that are to be admired.
While Drew Brees didn't play in the Saints' first preseason game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, he told us on Sunday afternoon that he expects to be under center when the Saints play their second exhibition game at home in the Dome Friday night against the Arizona Cardinals. From the Saints' offense to the team's defense, one of the big issues last year, getting off the field on third down. Well, in the game against the Jaguars, the Saints didn't do that. The Jags converted 3 times on third down, and they scored a touchdown on their opening drive. Veteran players believe, though, they'll be able to fix all of this before the regular season starts.
It's many different things. It's communication, situation awareness, technique, all that have to gel together.
Patrick Robinson, of course, started his career here in New Orleans as a first-round draft pick of the New Orleans Saints back in 2010. After leaving the Big Easy as a free agent, he spent time in Indianapolis and then won a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. He believes he's matured as a man and as a player, and that the Saints are now getting the best version of him.
My first tenure here, I was, quite weak-minded. To be honest, I wasn't that mentally strong, and I left, had some experiences, and that definitely helped me. So now I'm a totally different person, I
was the one who got to call his name at the draft, in the 2010 draft. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, he's just, I think just the maturity is probably the best way to say it. Mature, experienced, savvy, veteran, he doesn't look like, he just doesn't look like a young guy who's still trying to get it and understand it. He's a guy who looks like, okay, I've been there, I've played that position, I've had that experience, I've seen that route, I've seen that concept. I see him, in his communication, he's much better with his communication with other, DBs out there on the field when they start seeing different looks and splits and, hey, watch for this, watch for that, okay, I got you here, whatever the signal might be. So just more experience.